didn't expect to see independents tracking so much with Republicans last night, and they did. Independent voters were looking for two things from Kamala. One, they wanted to hear more in depth on her policies. What was she really going to do for the economy? What was going to be different about the economy under her than it would have been under Biden? And number two, they wanted her to explain why she's had so many changes. She didn't give the why that allowed people to authentically say you have a reason to change.
Well, isn't all that interesting in my judgment? Joining me now on set, great pleasure, the great Harris Faulkner, host of the Faulkner Focus and co-host of Outnumbered. Every now and then I get outnumbered. Harris, thank you for doing this very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So what Lee Carter was saying is very interesting, if for no other reason than I argued in my opening riff and really the opening segment. Trump had some weaknesses in that debate, but he had some really good hits in that debate also on policy substance.
You know what he has that's the advantage in what we were talking about today with his independents is people already know who he is. And independents want that next level of, can you just tell me how you're going to make it better? And it didn't matter how many times the former prosecutor and Kamala Harris came out, and she landed some good ones too. And she was much more buttoned up than the giggly person that we usually see in the word salad and all of that. But she didn't go deep. She was on the shallow end of the pool for policies. You know, you've met Russian President Putin, and Trump came hard at her over how to end the war between Russia and Ukraine, and he has an idea. He talked about calling each. He told us his playbook on how he would do that. She doesn't have a playbook, and she can't have one if Biden's not with her to loan it to her, because they're the same. They're symbiotic. They are lockstep. How do we know? Because they keep telling us, even though now she wants to distance herself from him. So the independents are looking for her to go deep on policy. Yeah, they like a good debate. But it would have been better had they learned more about the woman they haven't known in 3.5 years. And by the way, Larry, why do we not know more about her? Is she like the worst messaging artist? Is there something that she hasn't told us yet that we need to know?
Maybe she hasn't done more or studied more. I'm serious about that. It might be very thin, you know, an inch deep. I mean, is that you had this panel and you had Lee Carter. So is the message you're coming out of this from your explorations and investigations of this that Trump actually did better, at least with independents, than he's being given credit for? That's what it sounds like.
How much better he did. You've got 3 lines, and you know the blue line is going to go, you know, precipitously down, just as if you looked at the
We actually could, or I don't know if we can put it up on the full screen.
Yeah, let's look at it.
But we've actually, I saw it on the computer before.
Right.
We'll see if we can put it up, but please continue.
Yeah, so for each topic, at least 3 out of 5 of the topics that we showed, the blue line, you know, was going down, and then it flattened. And those topics were the economy. You know why? Because that's a universal feeling and experience that the Biden-Harris White House messed up and Harris-Walz can't fix before November 5th. Because if she could, don't you think she would try? So she stops getting the question of, and Trump scored well with independents and Republicans. So he gets 2 out of the 3 groups we looked at. That looks like 2016, according to the expert, Lee Carter, and she's my election guest every year when we do the live audience on those times.
Super smart.
So she says, look, when you get 2 out of the 3 and they track, there were times, Larry, with certain topics, the border was one of them, where the tracking line for independents was going above the Republican line for Donald Trump and what he was saying. I mean, so he did better than what the spin artists were saying last night. I don't know how I feel about the spin room. I'm curious to know from your experience what you think. I always think it's a good thing for a candidate to go there. It gives them immediate access. It shows that if they had some failures, they're not afraid to walk into the wind.
People are smarter, though. People, voters, audiences are often smarter than the big shot media. So we had Hugh Hewitt. Okay, you know Hugh.
Yeah.
He is super smart, radio veteran, etc. Worked in White Houses. He said by the weekend, people are going to be saying Trump won the debate.
Oh, I don't doubt
there
that.
There was so much more substance. I'm not saying Trump was perfect, and I agree with you. He got caught up in some things about the rallies and the J6, and he does. So, but nonetheless, on, you know, economy, inflation, immigration, foreign policy, abortion, he did extremely well.
Look, he also knows who he's debating. I know she likes to say, oh, I'm not Joe Biden and I'm not Donald Trump. No one thinks you are Kamala Harris. No one would ever confuse you except for with just the policy. But those are two men who've been around for a while, Joe Biden for 50 years. It was a coup, what they did to him. And Donald Trump knows who he's dealing with here. So when he says she's taking my policies, I need to give her a MAGA hat. It's a one-liner that everybody remembers the next day, right? Her one-liners, she had some strong ones too. I do challenge her to explain why she hasn't done more in 3.5 years, or at least give us an in-trail that she challenged her boss.
I didn't like the eye rolls. The smug,
well, why was she rolling her eyes?
Smuggy. She did it several times.
Because the mics were off?
She
I don't
did
know.
it several times. Trump would be talking and she'd be doing this eye thing.
So one more thing about why I think you and Hugh Hewitt are right on how this will be looked at in the very short term, very short future. What Donald Trump said jives with what Donald Trump always says. And what she said last night, I literally can cue up tape to at least 12 items to where she said something opposite. And that's a problem because people don't have time to be Larry Kudlow, where he can dig in and go for the truth. They just want to figure out how to make their lives work, Larry.
It's a great point. It's a great point. You're wonderful to come on. Harris Faulkner.
You're so kind to have me.
No, it's fabulous stuff. Be sure to catch her on the Faulkner Focus weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on Fox News. Hope you'll come back sometime.